Good morning to everybody. I'll be just giving a brief talk on the recent advances in ultrasound, mainly concentrating on elastography, contrast ultrasound, and 3D and 4D. Elastography is a new technique, even though it has been we've been using it for 10 to 15 years. It has just come out big in ultrasound, and it makes use of the fact that the pathological process alter elastic properties of the tissue, and this change in elasticity is detected and imaged using elastography. It is the same technique used by the physician to assess manually by palpation. Here we try to quantify the difference in stiffness or elasticity. The basic principle is to apply a small amount of stress to the tissue and calculate the stiffness based on the tissue displacement. Here, as you see, the normal tissue is taken as a reference, and the lesions are taken as whether they are soft or hard when a small force is applied, and if it is soft, it is displaced more, whereas the hard lesions are displaced less. There are two types of elastography in ultrasound. One is a strain and one is a shear wave elastography. In the strain elastography, which is also known as a compression elastography, initially without any force we apply the ultrasound waves are sent. Then what happens is that we apply a small mechanical pressure using the probe, and both of them, the beams are compared after the application of the mechanical force, and the difference in the stiffness of the tissue is calculated. Whereas in the shear wave elastography, we don't apply any mechanical pressure as such, but a short waves are sent, short wave pulses are sent, and the stiffness of the tissue is calculated after and before the pulses are sent. So the main use in elastography is in liver, prostate, and everything. In liver, the degree of fibrosis is important for estimation of prognosis and deciding the treatment for CLD. And even though the liver biopsy is a gold standard, because of this invasive procedure, there is a need for a non-invasive procedure, and elastography offers a reliable, able to tell the degree of fibrosis to some extent. And what we do in liver elastography is that we take around 10 to 12 measurements from different lobes of the liver, and we take the average. And after taking the average, it's all calculated by the system itself, and we see the average. If it scores more than 5.7, it means that there is some amount of fibrosis and early cirrhosis has started, which is indirectly says the cirrhosis has started. Another use for elastography is in the breast. Whenever we see a hypoechoic lesion and it is difficult to characterize whether it is benign or malignant, elastography extends to some extent. Because as you see, we have a scale here, and the blue means it is hard and red means it is soft. So blue means it indicates some amount of, it is more towards malignancy, and red is more towards benign. So when we see hypoechoic lesion, when put the elastography setting, and we see, like here we see that the lesion is completely taken up by the blue color. That means the lesion is hard and it is probably malignant. So sometimes on the routine ultrasound, grayscale ultrasound, conventional ultrasound, it is difficult to differentiate the hypoechoic lesion when it is well defined and everything. But when we put a elastography, we find that we can, to some extent, we can help to differentiate between benign and malignant lesion. Whereas in cyst, we can see it is a mix of blue and red. It's an artifact. So that means it is a cyst. We don't need to worry about it. Whereas in the malignant lesion, it is more towards the blue side, which is the harder side. The same, it is a breast lesion, which shows that it's a malignant lesion, which shows that it's taken up, is ill-defined and everything, and takes up the blue color, which is the harder one. And the same thing applies to thyroid also. In thyroid also, we can see, we can give a score depending upon the amount of hardness of the lesion. From absolute green to absolute blue, the blue indicates it is much harder and high likely to be a malignant lesion. Here we can see a cystic nodule in the thyroid, which takes a blue and red color, and whereas a lesion which might be missed on a routine ultrasound is picked up on the elastography, and a lesion which is taken up the blue color, which means it is hard, and it means like it is likely to be a malignant lesion. And same thing can be applied to prostate also. And the major advantage with prostate is that while taking biopsy, we can, while putting elastography, we can concentrate on the area which is more likely to be malignant lesion. Because the green one is likely, that area is likely to be a benign lesion, whereas the blue region is likely to be a malignant lesion, and we can concentrate on that region. Recently, the elastography has been trying to make its way into MSK ultrasound also, to know about the area of tendinosis, where the tendinosis area we trying to pick up soft and takes up the red color. And in dynamic study of supraspinous tendon and muscle, to know the amount of stress this has been applied on the muscle and the tendon. Another recent advance is a contrast enhanced ultrasound. The agent contains microbubbles, and this causes the ultrasound beams to be enhanced when it is passed to it. And there are two types. One is a non-targeted contrast ultrasound and targeted. In non-targeted is usually used for ultrasound of to see the imaging of kidney and the liver, and in targeted ones there are specific molecules and specific organs are imaged. Indications for the contrast enhanced ultrasounds are mainly is indicated in patient with CT and MR contrast indications. Then for biopsies, when we take ultrasound, it is not seen on the routine ultrasound, but the contrast is given and seen for it, and oncology patients evaluations and everything. The agent which is used in contrast enhanced for ultrasound is SonoView, and it contains a powder and which is mixed with saline, and it has to be used very fast because it just has a half-life of few minutes. And one vial costs around 5,000 rupees, and it can be used for 2 patients. So patients has to be surgery and used at once. Here's a lesion which is picked up on ultrasound, which shows enhancement, same which shown on the CT also. And the lesion which was showing enhancement on the MR is seen well defined in the ultrasound contrast images. And last topic is the 3D and 4D. 3D 4D has come a long way since it has been used for some time, but now because of the faster processors and everything, the images quality has improved and it's faster images. And it uses the conventional 2-day scale images, which is set into a volumetric data system, and from that images are processed. You can see the beautiful 3D images, and it's mainly still we rely on the conventional 2D images, but 3D is useful to rule out any cleft plate, or maybe in the spinal anomalies, or something like foot anomalies or limb anomalies, and everything is very helpful. Now recently the previous was 2D, then 3D, 4D, now is the HD. HD has come up in the few of the I think so G has started with HD also, HD videos. So HD videos, as you see, it is very clear everything, but there is a lot of safety concerns also, because we are using much more the ultrasound waves are much more higher frequency, and there is a lot of safety concerns regarding this. They say up to 45 minutes we can use it, but not more than that, scan at a stretch. And the 3D 4D can also be used for to detect any anomalies of the uterus, like septate uterus and everything. Another technique which has come out is the smart fusion technology. In this, ultrasound and CT or MR is mixed. So the advantage of this is that once the lesion is not seen on the ultrasound but seen on CT or MR, the image can be mixed, and this software shows a line and the depth at which we have to take the biopsy. So we have to just go through the line and the depth and take a biopsy, because the lesion might not be seen on the ultrasound, routine ultrasound, but is seen on the MR or CT, and if both images are mixed, and the software shows a line, indicating the line where we have to take put a needle, and the depth we have to put a needle and take it blindly from there using ultrasound. Thank you.